All right, so this next set of videos is probably going to be 2 videos to try and keep them shorter in nature. Is titled Skills for Strengthening the Individual. All right, so we've gone through a whole bunch of statistics and trends for young people. We know what is good for young people. We know what's generally not good for young people. We know how that stuff is trending and the causes and protective factors. So now what we're actually going to look at are skills that can be learned, can be practiced, that young people can do, and the more you do something, the better you get at it, to therefore be a better, well-rounded individual, okay? Everyone in life is going to have challenges and setbacks, okay? Even now, at my ripe old age, I still, not on a daily basis, but every now and then, something bad happens, okay? It just happens, all right? And how I deal with that is based on a lot of the skills that we're going to talk about in these videos, okay? So overall, what are the skills we're talking about? So these skills empower young people to protect and enhance their health, and therefore, by modeling that around your peers are more likely to adapt that stuff too. So you're not only protecting your own, you protect your own health and enhance your health first and foremost, but then because the people around you get inspired by how good you're doing at certain things, and they might ask you some questions like, hey, why do you do that? Or what's your plan this afternoon? Or what's your process of working through this issue or whatever it is, then they might adapt some of that too. So not only do you enhance your own health, but by second nature, you enhance the health of others around you too. So there are 9 skills in total we're going to go through. I'm going to try and do maybe 4 of them in this video, and then I'll do the other 5 in the next video. Because 4 plus 5 is 9. Good math. First one, self-efficacy, okay? Self-efficacy is the belief in one's ability to execute actions and achieve desired outcomes, okay? It's basically you being able to deal with your stuff and get going, all right? Just keep moving on, just keep pushing forward, all right? Self-efficacy will encourage proactive stress management by perceiving stresses as challenges to overcome, all right? So for example, if you've got assignments coming up, or you've got exams, or maybe something's going on in your life that's stressful, okay? Maybe you've got a meeting with your work boss, or maybe you're having conflict with your friend. It doesn't really matter what it is. Instead of shying away and sitting back and waiting for the drama to come to you, you go straight into it, okay? So I've got an assignment, it's due in 2 weeks' time. Let's get it done today, all right? This will obviously protect and enhance your anxiety levels, and it is proactive stress management, because instead of you freaking out 2 days before the assignment and you haven't even started it, it's done. It was done a week ago, all right? No stress at all right? Everyone else around you is stressing, you're not. Boosts motivation and awareness of healthy behaviors, all right? So people with high levels of self-efficacy are more aware of the things that they should be doing to enhance their own health and well-being, you know, such as eating good diet most of the time, regular exercise, adhering to a sleep schedule, and making sure that sleep is of adequate nature and length, etc., okay? And finally, our third one, we've got building resilience and mental health and toughness. So this sort of ties back into the first one. But individuals with high levels of self-efficacy attack problems instead of dwelling on them, right? So you don't sit on them, okay? You know that there is a problem, and you're like, hey, I've maybe been through a situation like this before, therefore there's probably no need for me to freak out about it. Let's just deal with it, right? And you go in and you deal with it. And like in the situation, like right there and then in the moment when you are dealing with problems, yes, that is stressful. But once it's dealt with, it's no longer a stressor, okay? As opposed to the person who will like think about and disasterize and catastrophize all of the issues that are going to happen when they go and deal with this issue, and therefore they don't deal with it in the first place, all right? Sometimes taking action is the best thing. Not all the time. You can't just always jump in with and take action without thinking it through, but too much thinking is not necessarily good either. So that's our first one, self-efficacy. All right, so our second skill is health literacy, all right? So health literacy is your ability to find, evaluate, and apply trustworthy health information, okay? It does this and it enhances the health of the individual by enabling informed choices and being able to tell credible sources and credible treatment options, okay, for certain conditions that you or someone you know may have. And I've just got here, for example, GP versus an osteopath. I'm not bashing on osteopaths for the record. However, if you have a medical issue, your first port of call should usually always be a doctor, okay? They will generally have more training and generally well, I don't want to say a high level of knowledge because that's not always the case. They're more, let's put it this way, they're more regulated, okay, in what they can and can't do and what they can recommend and not recommend, all right? Whereas some like ancillary care options or some alternative health practices that are available, while can be absolutely beneficial and suitable for you and your needs, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best thing for everyone, and it probably shouldn't be your first port of call, okay? You should, ideally, what you're going to do is you're going to use both of these in tandem. And that's the type of stuff that you would work out if you have good levels of health literacy. Good levels of health literacy, we're also going to promote ongoing learning and acceptance of new data and methods and treatments, okay? I'm sure you've all been involved in some sort of conversation with your parents about the way that things should be when it comes to health and like maybe diet and exercise and stuff. I certainly have these conversations with my parents still. And a lot of the time, people get fixed in their mindset of thinking because that was the way it was when they grew up or the way that they were taught back in the day. And, you know, it can't really have changed that much because it's only 10 years or whatever, but stuff changes all the time, all right? This can also be like also extended to if you think about the anti-vaccination movement, all right? There's a lot of, especially around COVID, it certainly came out that there are a lot of people who don't believe in vaccinations. I'm not going to get myself involved in that conversation either. For the record, I am vaccinated and I have no issues with vaccinations. But there are certain people that do for reasons that they believe is valid, and good levels of health literacy enable individuals to make those choices for themselves. And finally, it helps facilitate discussions with peers and family to enhance their levels of health too. So, and I mentioned this in the previous one, we're not only enhancing our health, but we're modeling it for other people around them. If you're doing something great that you have learned about for your health and people around you see that, and like, you know, maybe you're trying to lose weight, for example, because you're an adult and you're not a teenager, and teenagers don't need to lose weight, but if you're an adult, you're trying to lose some weight and you are successfully losing weight, and you're looking, you know, healthy and vibrant and your skin's glowing and you've got lots of energy and stuff, people will notice that and they will ask you, like, what are you doing that's different? And then that's your segue to be like, hey, well, I'm doing this XYZ or whatever it is, this amazing thing, probably just eating right and exercising, who knew? And therefore they might start doing that too, and then they have good results as well. So not only have you increased your health, but others around you. And that's health literacy. All right, so our third one is help-seeking behaviors. All right, this is a skill. All right, it is a skill to be able to ask people for help. All right, it's especially more prevalent. I'm not going to say in the current generation. I will say in younger people. Even when I was younger, and then I'm assuming when my parents are different. My parents don't ask for help at all. So it is a little bit generational, okay? Because the previous generations, they don't need no help. They're self-sufficient and they got this. When they don't really have it at all. But anyway, we're getting better at this, all right? And I'm certainly getting better at this the older I get, because you just stop caring as much what people really think, and then you just want to deal with your stuff. You'll get there too. So, help-seeking behaviors is actively reaching out for support or professional help, okay? It fosters early intervention and prevention of conditions, all right? So, for example, getting rehab on your bicep tendons before they tear in half and then your bicep just rolls up into your arm and it's up here now because you've completely ripped it off the bone. Yes, I've seen videos of it happening. You can look it up on YouTube. Whereas that person probably had significant pain here for quite a while and they did nothing about it. And then all of a sudden, gone. All right. So we can also reduce stress and isolation. You may have heard of the saying, and it's a good one, a problem shared is a problem halved. All right. Not in the necessarily fact that the person that you share your issues with are actually going to take half of that burden for you, but they take half of the mental burden for you. They're there, and then they'll probably, if they are good friends or good people, they'll probably check in with you. Hey, how you going? How's that thing going? Are you getting any improvement on it? Do you need any help with that? Do you need me to transport you somewhere? Can I make an appointment for you? All right, stuff like that. All right. They can't always actually solve your problem for you, but just having that shared ability takes a huge weight off your shoulders, and it helps you get more or helps you get closer to an outcome that you desire. And thirdly, through this whole sharing process and actively seeking help, you're going to develop some better support networks, and you're probably going to broaden your support networks, because instead of you just dealing insular with your stuff or maybe sharing it with 1 or 2 people, sharing it with like 5 or 6 people, and then they can help you, or maybe they know a guy or a girl who can help you, and then all of a sudden you've got this whole team on your side working for you to solve your problems, which is great. That's what you want, all right? And this stuff, therefore, it's going to enhance your mental health. It's going to enhance your mood, all right? Because you feel supported now. You feel like whatever issue it is, it's okay. It's okay to have issues. Everyone has issues. It's good to know that you've got people who have your back and they're going to help you. And therefore, you can just move forward with the rest of your life and know that your problems are going to get better because you've got people there to help you get through them, which is good, which is what we all want. All right, so our next one we're going through is problem solving, all right? Problem solving is the systematic approach to identifying and then resolving challenges, all right? Everybody has problems, everybody can deal with them, all right? So good problem solving will reduce anxiety, it will reduce sleep disturbances, so you're not like laying in bed, thinking about it, not sleeping and whatever. It will reduce your likelihood that you're going to binge eat or maybe binge drink to deal with your problems, etc., or just help you forget about your problems for a little bit, because you're going to tackle them head on, all right? So this is stuff you can probably start to see is going to tie in to other skills. So enhancing one skill is going to enhance other skills. And remember, like I said at the very start of the video, skills are things that you need to practice to get better at. If you are a bad problem solver, that's okay. You're not going to be a bad problem solver forever, providing that you actually put yourself in a situation where you've got to solve some problems, all right? Do that sort of critical thinking, all right? Work with people, build up your skill levels. Problem solving is a very, very good skill to have, especially when we're looking at employment later as well. So good problem solving is going to enhance your self-efficacy and confidence, because it's going to build your capacity to find workable solutions for now and then in the future, right? If you have an issue and you have no idea how to solve it, okay? You don't even know who to ask for help. You've just got this problem, okay? It may start as simple as either doing a Google search, because maybe you don't want to embarrass yourself by asking people, because that's what you guys do, all right? So you'll just like do some sneaky little Google search, and then maybe your Google search is bad. So you will rewrite your Google search. All of a sudden, now you're getting into problem solving, okay? You are improving your ability to solve problems. Then all of a sudden you learn a whole bunch of stuff about it. You know who that you should be contacting or asking for advice for. And then maybe you contact those people, all right? So all of a sudden, this problem that you had no idea how to start, within 20 or 30 minutes, which isn't really that long of you spending some time and sitting down and focusing on it, you've probably now got a workable solution, all right? Then in the future, when the same problem arises, you're like, I got this. Or if one of your mates, confesses to you that they've got this same problem, you're like, I dealt with this before, this is what you need to do. Problem solved. Everyone's happy. Finally, it's going to improve your social health to a degree, because often when you are trying to solve problems, especially complex problems, you're going to recruit other people to help you, all right? Maybe there's 2 of you that have the same problem, all right? Maybe you're actually in a team environment where you need to work together as a team to solve the problem. Or maybe you have asked somebody for help, but you're still going to work together, all right? When you work together with people to solve problems, it builds trust, providing you are successful in solving your problem. It's going to build trust in the person, because they know that they can trust you to tell, providing you're, not being a dog and talking behind their back, they're going to tell you their problems and you are going to tell them your problems, and you're going to work together to find common solutions, all right? It's also going to foster emotional safety, okay? You guys probably have people in your life that if there was a major, major problem, that's the person you would tell, because you feel emotionally safe around them, right? You trust them with that information, because you're pretty sure they're not going to go and tattletale and like laugh at you behind their back. They're actually going to actively help you with your problem, okay? Hopefully for you guys that is like a parent or a guardian, or maybe it is a really, really, really close friend that you've known for years and years, all right? Or maybe it's your auntie or your uncle, or you get the point. It's someone close, all right? But you can build that same type of relationship with other people if you go through this process and everything works out well. and that is problem solving. I will stop this video here and then we'll do part 2 covering the next 5 skills later. Thanks.